Hi, I'm Sarah from Live Well Exercise Clinic, and welcome to our first Exercise is Medicine Roundup as part of the movement. I want to first start with, why did we start the movement? Well, it's actually quite simple. We want to start a movement of people moving more. And how do we do that? We really believe that this is a fundamental component of our healthcare. And that starts with you as a physician and as a healthcare professional. You can inspire your patients to be more active. In fact, we know that your influence is 3 times stronger than anyone else's influence in getting someone to be physically active. In this month's Exercise is Medicine News Roundup, I'm going to give you the quick sneak preview of the top 5 pieces of research that we want you to pay attention to. The first comes out of the University of Guelph, which looked at men with diabetes and was comparing HIIT training versus moderate intensity training. And what they found is that the people who participated in HIIT training, which ended up being about less than 60 minutes a week of exercise, versus those who participated in moderate exercise, which ended up being about 2.5 hours per week, it turns out that blood glucose management was optimized on the days that they were active. And so for the people doing HIIT training, they were active on less days of the week than those who participated in the moderate intensity exercise, meaning that the people who actually had participated in exercise on more days of the week saw better blood glucose control. And some interesting research that came out of the Netherlands looking at what is the best time of the day to exercise, afternoon or morning. And it really found that afternoon moderate intensity exercise actually had more benefit on blood glucose than morning exercise. We're talking about sometime between 3 and 6 in the afternoon. Ultimately, what we know is that in practice, we want to find the best time of the day where we can actually develop a habit around exercise. But if we are actually looking to optimize our blood sugar management, turns out that the afternoon seems to be a better time. And some research out of Duke University shows us that the exercise impact on muscle cells that have chronic inflammation was actually significant. So they took some muscle cells and they infused an inflammatory molecule into the muscle cells to simulate chronic inflammation. They then stimulated these muscle cells for an exercise-like effect. And what they actually found was that the muscle cells that had the exercise-like stimulus almost completely negated the impacts of the chronic inflammation. And out of the University of South Carolina, Dr. Elizabeth Regan did some research really looking at, can stroke survivors benefit from the protocols and programs of cardiac rehab? And she found that absolutely, stroke survivors who participated in a 12-week cardiac rehab program of 24 sessions had similar cardiovascular improvements. And again, just proving that exercise is medicine and that it needs to be available to more people with more health conditions. We also know that when we increase someone's exercise capacity by even just 1 MET, we decrease their all-cause mortality by 15%. And a current headline around the COVID-19 vaccine. We know that regular exercise for older adults in the weeks leading up to immunization can actually help to improve the antibody response to the vaccination. I highly recommend digging into this article. These are all ways that we can inspire our patients every single day to be more physically active. I hope you have found this beneficial. I hope you take the chance to read some of the articles, and we'll see you next month.